Hi, I wanted to just talk briefly about a digital trade from Marvel that I read called Jessica Jones: The Variants, written by Gail Simone. A book I was quite looking forward to reading. Thought, I like Gail Simone's stuff. I like Jessica Jones. It's a sort of it was sold as single issues, but it's essentially a self-contained story in the trade. And I don't think it's going to have any repercussions on the wider Marvel universe. So you don't have any real back knowledge other than either having watched the Jessica Jones TV show or had some general sort of Wikipedia knowledge of Jessica Jones. And I'll tell you now what you need to know. She's a superhero with super strength, limited flight abilities, and a sort of grumpy attitude. And she was controlled by the Purple Man and through mind control powers that he has for at least a year, where he just made her do horrible things for her, of all manner of types. Just think of anything horrible, both physically, sexually, whatever. He got to do them, and she couldn't stop herself. She's now married to Luke Cage and got a kid. Anyway, this story picks up with Jessica having headaches and blackouts, and she's worried that after speaking with another survivor of Kilgrave who went through a similar thing to her, that Kilgrave's being a Purple Man, that he's laid a sort of time bomb in her mind that on the anniversary of them freeing her, that she's going to do something terrible to her family, i.e. kill them. So she's worrying about that. And then duplicates of her start showing up, but they're duplicates from sort of, it would appear, different stages in her life. So you don't know if they're from time travelers, clones, or other dimensions. Could be anything, obviously, in a comic book universe. Because they're her, they're all grumpy and they all fight between each other, but they soon settle down and have a chat. Turns out they seem to be from different universes, and not much else happens. It feels like if you were buying this single issues, you'd have probably given it by issue 2 or 3. It really feels like it's well written, but it's just treading water, and it feels like it needed a stronger editor to come in and say, look, let's tighten this up, let's get something happening, let's get something moving. And it's not that things don't happen, but nothing happens that makes you think, oh wow, it really, story's really cracking along. And that was what was kind of annoying. I just expected so much more. The artwork's great, it's nice and clear, well drawn. Gail Simone can write a book when she wants to. It just felt very much like it was either stretched or poorly thought out and planned as far as story content goes. I mean, there is a reveal that you find out. There is a big sort of showdown fight at the end, but it feels rushed. I was confused when I was reading it, but after like 4 or 5 issues, you shouldn't be confused. You should be on board and fully up to date with what's going on. But I read this as a, trade, and so it's not like I was trying to remember what happened a month before, and it was just like, I was flipping back through pages to try and work out what someone had said or maybe they hadn't said, and it just didn't work. It didn't have that extra special sauce that just makes the book pop. I would say steer clear of it unless you are a solid Jessica Jones fan, or it comes up for like a dollar sale or something like that. Not that Comixology do them anymore. I remember when they used to, but now it's Amazon. That just don't happen. But unless you get it really cheap, or you see it in a cheap bin somewhere, get it. But I just say this is one to give a miss. Look, maybe I missed something. Maybe you know what the story was missing. Maybe you think this is incredibly well written. That's fair enough. Drop us a comment. Let me know. Otherwise, if the video's helped you out, maybe it saved you wasting a couple of quid on this book, give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.